obviously all that tackling work worked out for you guys. The red zone defense, in particular, the way you guys sort of came up on that end. What do you think was the big difference for you guys, compared from the Big Ten?
As far as tackling or red
yeah,
zone?
both. Just being able to get the stops in the red zone, being able to tackle better. What was the big difference for you guys?
I mean, really, the credit goes to all the players. I thought they did a great job. Trusting their technique. And like I said last week, we didn't change anything that we did. As a coaching staff, like I mentioned, we had to do a better job of coaching the details, not getting complacent, but as far as the drill work and everything, it was exactly the same thing that we do every Tuesday and Wednesday. So, like I said, all the credit goes to the players. And in the red zone too. I was really proud, especially Rob Knowles, a huge play on the 1 yard line, as a senior to really bend around the fullback and make the play. And then the next play, obviously, was a false start. So all the credit in the world goes to that kid. That was an individual play. We had dialed up the pressure, and he did a great job running the pressure and getting his pads low and getting them stopped on the 1 yard line. But, to me, the red zone is about a mentality. We talk about out-tough them in the red zone. That's a physical and a mental toughness that we talk about. So, like I said, all the credit goes to the guys, man. I thought they played extremely well, played hard. I think we had 8 missed tackles, compared to the 29 or whatever it was last week. And like I said, it all goes to the players. They did a great job.
Like, just after evaluating the film, how do you feel like Zach McClellan did with his role stepping in?
I thought he played great, especially considering that we were starting to cut back on his reps through practice, really the last 3 weeks, just because that window was starting to get tighter and tighter and tighter. From a physical standpoint, he was phenomenal, both physical at the point of attack and just his conditioning level. My gosh, man, to be able to, for 3 weeks, not get very many practice reps and then come out and not skip a beat, never look tired. I was so proud of that guy, man, and he's a great kid. Couldn't be happier for him. Was able to cause the interception that DJ Ivy toe tapped on, but I was really happy for him. Thought he played great.
I want to ask about DJ Ivy, just his bounce back efforts, had 2 interceptions, and also Berger. So one more thing said about him. It just seems like he keeps getting better every week.
Absolutely. DJ, to see a kid that did not panic from all the negativity that was probably surrounding him outside of these walls last week, for him to be able to bounce back shows his maturation. Thought he never flinched, had a great week of practice. And like I said last week, go out there, trust your technique, do what your coach should do. And he did that. And he played a great game. And really happy to see a kid, especially a young guy like that, bounce back. Greg Rousseau, I say it every week, I'm like a broken record. He just gets better and better and better. Started slowly, I would say, in fall camp, earned the starting job, and has really taken off with it. And, the sky's the limit for him. He plays so hard. He does exactly what he's coached to do. Has a lot of natural God-given ability, but he makes the most of it as well. So couldn't be more happy for a kid like that to continue to make plays and continue to be successful for us.
There have obviously been some lapses with missed tackles with run defense, but it's been pretty good stuff on tape for the most part. Who do you think has been your best edge setter against the run among your defensive ends and edge guys play? And who's been your best against the run among your interior defensive tackles?
Oh, that's a tough question. I think they've all had some really good plays and all had some plays that they would like to have back. Especially inside, I've really been impressed with Jade. Chikose is doing some really good things, but they've all done some really good things, and that's, we talk about the depth of our defensive line. For me to single out one guy is really tough to do on the outside or the inside. I think overall as a unit we have to get more consistent, from snap to snap, from game to game, but they're making progress, and like I said, I feel good about 10 different guys going out there and setting an edge or playing good run defense.
I want to ask about Florida State. Their offense, obviously Cam Akers has been pretty remarkable for them. Toughest back you guys will see so far, and I guess as far as what they do in the passing game, they have 2 quarterbacks. How tough is that to sort of prepare for 2 guys?
Well, first part of your question, Cam Akers is without a doubt the best back we've seen and probably will see all year. He is a phenomenal back, as good as I've seen on tape. Does a great job with his pad level. I think he's 215, 220 pounds. Explodes through the hole. He's able to bounce runs. I mean, he's a complete every down back. As far as the quarterbacks, I think their offense is very similar when either one is in the game. So from a preparation standpoint, I don't think, one's a runner and one's a thrower. I think they both do a great job throwing the ball. Schematically, they present a lot of problems with their wide splits sometimes, or maybe condensed. I mean, they do a lot of different stuff and have a lot of different tricks. So we got to be prepared for all that kind of stuff. I think they've really, the last couple weeks, have zoned in on offense and are getting better and better. When you watch them chronologically throughout the year, I think they're starting to hit their stride.
Still a couple more questions for Coach Baker.
Just Bubba Bolden, how's he progressing? I guess he started.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he started last week. He started on a third down package as well. The most exciting thing about Bubba Bolden, to me, is the way the passion he plays with. I mean, and that's kind of surprised me. He's kind of a quiet guy off the field, but man, he plays with great energy on the field, and his communication. He does a great job communicating on the back end, which I think he's brought to our defense, and it's made everybody communicate better. But yeah, he's definitely getting better and better and getting more comfortable with his role. So, like I said, we got to keep progressing and keep getting better. But I'm proud of him.
Jordan Miller talked a little bit last week about how the young guys like Lissette, Pauline up there are making some noise on the scout team. Can you just talk about their development a little bit and how they're doing and just how you see them as a part of the future showcase team?
Oh, they're going to be a huge part of this program. All three of those guys, from an energy standpoint, they're funny. I mean, and everybody's seen the tape on Holly. You know what I mean, from last week. We made him do it last night in the team meeting. He's a spark plug. But the other two are the same way. They just didn't happen to be on the trip. But all three of those guys are fun guys to be around. All three of them are ultra talented. We have a lot of depth at that position, so they necessarily hadn't seen the field as much as they'd like. But they're going to be huge here. I think all three of those guys are going to have phenomenal careers here. I think Coach Diaz said it at the beginning of the year, hard pressed to find somebody that signed three better defensive linemen than those three. But I'm excited about their future here, to say the least.
Great. Thank you, Coach Baker.
Okay.